Hey YouTube, long time no see. Hold on, I just gotta adjust you real quick. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. I've been busy the last few days. There was a couple of things that came up. There's a funeral I had to deal with. One of my Muslim homies back in Toronto, he passed away, and I had to reach out to the family and the brothers and the loved ones and just make sure that he was well taken care of. Good. So it's been a wild few days. I was doing some like safety jobs out there in the West Coast, and there was some things that transpired that wasn't safe. I made a video earlier, like the previous video I was talking about it, and I really stood my ground. Sorry about that. I really stood my ground. I just went to town. Like I really enforced that. Like these guys are very practicing very dangerous procedures on set, and I was just like, man, you gotta be out of your mind to be doing this kind of stuff. So I ran away from that project. You got to put your foot down. You got to enforce what is serious, and you got to make sure that you're taken serious. You got to make sure that when you're not taken seriously, there's repercussions to these things, right? So with that said, I really, when I put my foot down, I was kind of stern with everybody on set and everything, and I kind of made a scene. But I have to. It was a safety job. My safety, my future is on the line. The actor's safety's on the line. The production's like lawsuits are on the line, possible, right? So I gotta speak up, right? So I thought I missed out on a huge opportunity, but it turned out that it's kind of a blessing in disguise, because I got a call today from one of the producers, or the standing in producer, and he said, the head producer wants to talk to you. They want to call you. And I was like, all right, cool. So they called me up, and they were talking about like, hey, we really love you and really thank you, and we really appreciate the fact that you kept our set safe and our actors safe and good. And they want to take me out for dinner. They want to take me out for dinner and renegotiate a whole bunch of stuff and talk contract and see what we could do and just make it the best that we could make, right? And I'm gonna try, and in this meeting, I'm gonna try and make a hard reset happen. And I want to do this through the actions of like everything that's done by the book, and so that way people can get opportunities, and we can make opportunities for the people in this industry, because there's a lot of people in this industry that are hurting, and we're just trying to make jobs happen. If we do it right, we could build credits, we could build money, and we can build opportunities. And even if I have to like create a whole entire tree structure of a job line of everyone's duties and everything, and I got to take a big step back and just take the bare minimum, that's fine. But it's just like, if I could provide that to this production, then that would be great and helpful to everybody. Okay, so what I want to talk about is just some 3 points that kind of like, in these past few days, I was kind of reflecting on. I didn't really want to get into a video until I had all these thoughts like processed together, and I was able to like tell you how important it is to speak up for yourself. You got to speak up for yourself, especially when your job's on the line, your safety's on the line. You got to come first, right? And when you come first and you take what you do seriously, and you see what other people are doing, I don't know what to tell you. You got to go out there and you got to crush it. So let's start off by saying, standing your ground earns respect, even when it feels like it doesn't. Okay, so when I was at the time, they were talking about my sting, I was going off my tangent. Some people actually put in a complaint to production saying that I was on drugs, and I don't do drugs. Like my mother was a crackhead, my biological mother was a crackhead, but I don't do drugs. I drink Coca-Cola, I smoke some here and there, and that's it. I don't even drink. I just train a lot. I just focus on stunts, and I only like participate in the THC for medicinal reasons, for my anxiety and just to calm my nerves and just help with like eating and all sorts of stuff, sleeping and things like that. But it's selective here and there if I really, really need it. Okay, it doesn't control me. Okay, at first I thought I had burned a bridge, but in reality I built one, right? And people may not always react well to these moments, especially when I started like kind of freaking out about like this unsafe moment on set. But when you show confidence and integrity and pure sincerity in your delivery, the right people will recognize it, and your actions will save the higher ups time, money, and resources. And at the end of the day, when it comes to business, it's about time, money, and resources. If you save a business time, money, and resources, you're going to give yourself an opportunity to build bigger opportunities in the future. Okay, so that's point number one. Point number two is the right people will notice your value, not your fare. So at the time, I was very scared. At the time, I was like freaking out. Actually, I was like, "Yo, people are gonna get hurt. I don't want to deal with this. I actually want to get off the set." And even the AD at the time was telling me, "Andrew, I'm gonna wrap you because this is getting out of hand. You shouldn't be like, you don't control this." And I was telling her, "Yes, I do," because at the end of the day, if somebody gets injured, that's on you, that's on the director, that's on the production, and then I'm the one getting sued because I'm the safety guy. And if I'm the safety guy telling you that this isn't safe, and you overrule that, then it becomes more of a complicated series of legal events, right? So the right people would notice, and that's why I noticed the producer reached out to me. The one of the casting directors is one of my good friends. We work together on 3 Rock, so everything I'm doing is behind the scenes, right? The right people will notice you, your value, and not your fare, right? So I worried about ruining chances for myself and other people in the future, but now with these meetings that I have lined up, I'm going to be creating these opportunities, right? The truth is, the industry respects professionals who take their job seriously. When you commit to doing things that are right, especially the right way, you naturally attract the right opportunities in your life and your pursuit and your goals. So make sure you're doing things the right way, okay? It's okay to cut corners. It's okay to, not be perfect. Everyone's got their like imperfections, but do things the right way. If you do it the right way, people are going to recognize it, they're going to respect it, and they're going to love it, right? Um, Commit to doing the right things. And when you commit to doing things the right way, you naturally attract the right opportunities. In these cases, the producer saw like my value, and then now she wants to like really appreciate it and showcase it, and like she wants to create incredible productions. But we have to make sure that we do this right and that we don't bite ourselves in the in the tail. So with this meeting, I'm also going to have to tell them we have to do a hard reset. We got to do all the paperwork properly. We got to go to union. We got to do this right. We got to make sure that we're under low budget or extreme low budget or indie. And then I'm not going to be a stunt coordinator for that. I'm just going to be a stunt safety or a stunt person, stunt performer, and that's it. And then I'm going to assign them the right stunt coordinators for the job and the right stunt officials and people for it, right? Like, I've got to build it, and then I'll create it, and then I'll hand it off to the right people, and then they could do what they want. And part of my contract would say that I'd want at least 1 stunt credit per week, at least, right? So I'm going to renegotiate the contract when I see them, okay? Point number 3 is you never know what's waiting for you on the other side of tough, right? Decision is final, especially when you make a decision, it's final, and sometimes it's a tough decision to make. I made a tough decision. I kind of embarrassed myself that day on set, and like I said, I made a little bit of a scene, but it was because there was immediate threat and danger to the production and also to the environment that we were working in. It was a very rich neighborhood. It was a very rich scene that we had. We were in a pool hall with like $30,000 pool table, the rugs, $15,000, and they wanted to do sugar glass gags, and I was like, no. Cool. So with that said, when you make a bold move to cut the director off and tell her, veto, no, we ain't doing this, it feels like a gamble. And at the time, I did feel like I was gambling with my hopes and my dreams and whatever opportunities I could build with this, plus the people that I know that are doing this, right? On the other side of that risk is growth, right? And if I had backed down, I wouldn't have gained this opportunity with this meeting with the producers. Sometimes the scariest choices you lead to the biggest rewards. Excuse me. You just have to trust in yourself, and you got to really believe in yourself in those moments. Like, I really believed in myself in that moment because I knew all the protocols for sugar glass and how it affects the human skin, and especially when it interacts with anything that's moist. When we deal with sugar glass, we're in clothes, or it's our hair or something like that, but it's never really hitting contact on the skin, right? So moisture, sugar, the element of that together, it sticks. Then you add friction or the element of contact or impact, and you're adding a burst or a tear, whereas that's not what we want for anybody on set, right? This is just a story I wanted to share, and I just want to share with you guys and let you know that being self-aware of who you are and being aware of like the protocols that you are well trained and known to be for, and being an enforcer for what you believe in is very important. So push that, and you never know the opportunities that may come. Like, I might have stuck in my neck out in a very serious way that time, and I might get some emails that are not too kind or friendly, but you know what? I'm going to be the catalyst to pushing this in the right direction, okay? So, and that's what I really want to do. I want to go there and I want to push it in the right direction, and I want to make it happen. And I want everybody to just end up eating and just doing the right thing at the end of the day. I love each and every one of you. I hope you guys are able to do this, and I know that you guys got this in the bag. Like, stay out of trouble. I love you, and if you have any kind of personal journeys or struggles that you're going through, I'd love for you to say in the comments. I'm always down to talk and respond back in the comments. I'm loving these long talks, and I'm gonna get back into those daily videos. Maybe I might come out with a couple videos tomorrow because I'm gonna be on some interviews. I got 2 interviews lined up, but I don't know if they'll go through. I was supposed to do an interview today, but I ended up being on a 5-hour conference call with the producers for these videos for these films that I'm talking about. So things are getting really serious out here. I'm really trying to push it to the next limit, and I know you could do it too in your field of business and in your dreams. And I'm 42 in a couple months, and in a few months, not a couple, in a few months in June. So I'm just letting you know that anything is possible. I'm at a brink in my life. I'm at a point in my life where I'm about to, like I said, nothing's guaranteed for me. So I just got to create opportunities and hope for the best. And just know that there's people on my side that'll stick up for me in the most positive way. And I know my behaviors or my body language could be kind of sketchy and erratic, but that's just who I am as a person. I'm just energetic and deep inside, and sitting down is tough for me, but I do a lot of it. And when I'm ready to go and be that stunt performer, that martial artist, or that acrobat, or whatever it is, I'm ready to do that. It's game time, right? So yeah, thank you. And I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your love. I appreciate the subscriptions, and I appreciate the likes and everything. If you could subscribe, I appreciate that too if you're new. And I hope you enjoy these videos of insight and love. And just the 3 points one more time, actually. Sorry about that. I should go through the 3 points one more time. The topic of all this, by the way, is why standing your ground can change your life. Okay, standing your ground can change your life, and why it's important, and how it turned a big risk into how I turned a big risk into a big opportunity, and that's what's really important. And point number 1 was standing your ground earns respect, even when it feels like it doesn't. People will notice it. People will respect it. The right people. Point number 2 is the right people will notice your value and not your fear. It's not about the fears that you showcase. It's about the value of the human being you are. In this life, we have to show people that we have the experience, we have the time, we have the knowledge, we have the expertise, we have the life training, and we have the life skills, right? So it's the value of that human being that's applying for that job. And number 3 is you never know what's waiting on the other side of a tough decision. There's tough decisions for everything, and I have to make a tough decision tonight whether or not I'm going to show up to work tomorrow for some stuff. But if I do, then I know that I have to really take care of these people and make sure they're safe and good. And yeah, it's gonna be some decisions we got to make, but I know in life we could do it. And if those 2 interviews don't happen tomorrow, then guess what? We've got to go out there and hustle and make it and get it. I love you, and I wish you all the best, and I know we could do it together as a team, and we're gonna get it. It's gonna be a tough one. 2025 is gonna be a year of making things happen and making dreams come true. And my friends Alistair and Keslo and everybody else in this team and this push, we're really trying to make something awesome happen. Okay, so I love each and every one of you. Send your comments down low, and like I said, subscribe, and I'll comment back. Take care. Be good. I love you so much, and come back to the next video.